lunch and I come back. You can also, so like say I forgot to clock in and I've been here for an hour, right? So I have to, and then they'll see that you edited it, but it also tracks your break, so you can't easily punish it. But you talk to
Call this meeting to order at 2:32. Senate Secretary, can we proceed to our quorum call?
Yes, quorum call. Senator Perez? Present. Senator Perez Ramos? Okay, absent. Senator Duran? Senator Diaz Olmos? Absent. Senator Rojas?
Present.
Senator Ramirez? Present. Senator Alvarado?
Present.
Senator Barrientos? Present. Senator Borrego? Present. Senator Burka?
present.
Senator
Chacho.
Chacho? Okay. Senator Gutierrez? Present. Senator Morales? Present. Senator Mota? Present. Senator Ochoa? Present. Senator Ortega? Senator Rodriguez? Present. Senator Solis? Present. Senator Zuniga? Present. Perfect.
Oh wait. Yes, he's taking the list.
You forgot Strickland and vote, right?
Oh, okay.
Get it wrong.
Okay. Senator Strickland?
Present.
Senator what else did I forget? Boatwright?
Here.
Okay.
Present. Whatever.
And Borrego, you said?
Guerrero.
Guerrero. Okay, thank you. Okay. Can we proceed with last week's minutes?
Yes, thank you, Senate Secretary. Can we please proceed to last week's minutes?
Yes.
Senator Barrientos. All right, we got a motion on the floor to approve last week's minutes. Solis, Senator Solis.
I second.
All right, we got a motion and a second to approve last week's minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against say nay. Any abstentions? All right, last week's minutes are approved. Can we please proceed to review this week's agenda?
Yes.
President Loya.
I move to table all my points till next week.
Just take it straight.
Yeah, you can just table. Table and strike. You can without a motion. Okay. Could you scroll up, Senate Secretary? Yeah. Could you table Vice President of Internal Affairs points as well?
Yes.
Could we also strike under new business the international students representative?
Yes.
Table, I'm sorry, table it for next week? Yeah, I think we're done making changes. Unless you guys would like to make changes. Senator Burko?
I motion to approve this week's minutes.
All right, we got a motion on the floor to approve this week's agenda. Senator Chacho?
I second.
All right, we got a motion and a second to approve this week's agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against say nay. Any abstentions? All right, this week's agenda is approved. Moving to our first point of business. Under new business, bill number 3, the Society for Scientific Study of Sexuality, second reading. Flesh yours.
So I want to motion to strike bill number 3. She rejected the money.
Yeah. All right, we got a motion on the floor to strike bill number 3. Senator Burko?
Point of information, what does it mean to reject money?
But to strike it would mean to remove it.
She didn't.
She she doesn't want just only $100. She wants more money.
Senator Burke?
I motion to, whatever the original motion was, to strike.
To strike bill number 3.
Point of clarification, we already have a motion on the floor to strike the bill from now.
Oh,
Are you seconding the motion?
correct.
All right, we got a motion and a second to strike bill number 3 from our agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against say nay. Any abstentions? All right, bill number 3 strike. Moving on to our next point of business, under new business, bill number 4, Electrochemical Society Conference, second reading. Senator Knight, floor is yours.
Can you
Sorry.
yes.
Senator Gutierrez.
Yeah, so he basically is a PhD student, and he wants to travel to Hawaii to the Electrochemical Society Conference from October 6th to the 11th, and he will be presenting his work in graphene nanoribbons. So we decided to appropriate $175 to help cover his transportation expenses.
Point of information, since you will be representing the student, could you read the title of the bill?
Oh, yes. Where's the title?
It's,
Oh.
right.
Also, make the motion, or?
No, read it, read the title, just the title, to the
Okay.
Senate. Yeah.
Okay, a bill to appropriate the sum of $175 to help defray expenses of sending one student, Kavish Saini, to attend the Electrochemical Society in Fall 2024 Conference, Prime 2024 at Hawaii Convention Center, Honolulu, High, from October 6th to 11th, 2024.
Any questions for appropriations? It seems like this bill is appropriating $175. Could you scroll down, Secretary? I know Hawaii is a little expensive to get there, but his itemization is only, it's $1,000. Oh. Looks like good prices. Can you tell us anything else about this student or how it went during his interview with appropriations?
No, he was really shy, so we didn't get a lot of information. He told us that he got, how much money was from chemistry department? $200? Yeah, he got a grant.
So $250 and then the rest out of pocket.
Yeah.
Senator Burkholm?
Is Hawaii considered national travel or international? It's far.
I moved,
Senator Chacha?
I motion to appropriate $175 for bill number, what was it, 4? For bill number 4.
All right, we got a motion on the floor to appropriate the sum of $175 to bill number 4. Senator Gutierrez? All right, we got a motion and a second to appropriate the sum of $175 to bill number 4. We will now open the floor for debate/discussion. If there's any discussion on the floor, otherwise I'll wait for a call to question to proceed. Senator Burkholm.
I call the question. The motion?
Okay, so we had a motion and a second to appropriate the sum of $175 to bill number 4. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against say nay. Any abstention? All right. We hereby appropriate the amount of $175 to bill number 4. Moving on to the next point of business. Under new business, bill number 5, AAF's Student Advertising Career Conference, second reading. Senator Gutierrez, floor is yours.
Can you some more, please? Thank you. A bill to appropriate the sum of $900 to help defray expenses of sending 6 members of the student AFED to attend the AFS Student Advertising Career Conference in New York City, especially for November 13 to 16, 24, at the Millennium Downtown New York Hotel.
Can you tell us a little bit about the bill?
So they want to go to this opportunity and improve like their career. Yeah, I don't know if some of the appropriation wants to add some stuff.
Oh, they told us that the communications department they have like a lot of opportunities, so they will take advantage of this opportunity to make networking and being improving and taking back opportunities for the whole department. And what else?
To increase their knowledge and to see if they have internship opportunities in the convention.
Senator Burkhoff?
Can we read the second paragraph?
Yes.
And then the third?
Okay, at this point, we're looking for a motion, or if anyone has questions, doubts. Senator Rojas,
I motion to appropriate,
can you scroll up, Senate Secretary?
Yes, sorry.
I move to appropriate $900 for bill number 5.
All right, we got a motion on the floor to appropriate the sum of $900 to bill number 5. Senator Alvarado? All right, we got a motion and a second to appropriate the sum of $900 to bill number 5. We will now open the floor for debate. Senator Bota?
So this is just like for personal growth, they're not gonna be presenting anything.
I think it's like they're the personal goals, but they're representing UTEP at this conference. Like UTEP's being, the name is going to be in there, the school is going to be there. They're like ambassadors for UTEP.
They also told us they want to bring persons so they can do a showcase and like a mini conference from them, from the department.
There's gonna be recruiters, it said there's gonna be recruiters?
Yes.
or- And this is the first time you did this representation?
It sounds kind of like they're going just to interview for internships. Not really an academic thing.
Well, I think that
The floor's open.
Yeah, floor's open right now.
Question, how did you guys, okay, so like for the first guy, it was 175 per one person. So do you guys have like a minimum? Because when you do the math of 900 divided by 6 is 150 per person. So why did you give individuals 150 and that other guy 175?
So
Curious.
yeah, in the guideline it's 150 per person per student, but we get 175 because he's like the only one or the second person like he do like his research or working like in the department, and that's why we give him more money like for him.
Well, do they have any grants or outside resources as well? Because that first guy did. Just curious.
I like to look at it like Hawaii is super far. So
I know, that's
maybe an
what I'm
extra
like.
$25.
Hawaii too.
For bill number
Or is it
4, it was
$1,000
because
more?
he's going there for research purposes. He's a graduate student, and then he has 2 undergraduate students under him. So he does training with them. So it was more allocating more resources to him because he's bringing back more to the university versus the other one, which is bill number 5. They're more an organization for media, marketing, advertising. There's not many opportunities for them, so their point of going is to be able to go and make those connections and build them long term, so they can hopefully bring back guest speakers and do workshops with their members in the organization to, I guess, bring more awareness to an area that's not really paid attention to in UTEP.
I have a question.
open session?
It's open debate.
So for the other guy, it was for transportation. Do you know what the 900 are gonna be spent on? Or is
The hotel.
it the hotel?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we scroll to the?
Itemization.
I have a question. So we're saying that, or the bill mentions that the amount appropriated will go towards 6 students, but at the top where it says authored by, there's 7 students.
Well, the thing is, they had an advisor included.
That would be
Yeah.
8 total.
So they had an advisor and a student that didn't qualify, so it got removed.
Oh,
So it got cut down to 6.
Is there a third itemization, or is it, that's just there? Okay. Oh, and that's the one that they ended up going with, the Millennium downtown? That was in the title, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Senator Burkholz?
If there's nothing else, I'd like to call a question.
All right, so we had a motion and a second to appropriate the sum of $900 to bill number, wait, could you scroll up 10 section?
Yeah.
Yeah, to bill number 5. Since this amount is less than $1,000, we'll just do it by unanimous. So all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against say nay.
Nay.
Any abstentions? All right, it looks like we had a divided house. So we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Senator
I was
Churchill?
gonna ask for, if I consider motion for open discussion for 2 minutes.
Sure, you can.
Any
All right,
seconds?
we got a motion to open discussion for 2 minutes. Senator Alvarado?
I said it.
All right, we got a motion and a second to open discussion for 2 minutes.
Why not?
All right, open discussion will be open until 2:51.
So why are you saying nay? Like, I'm really curious.
You gotta bring an argument to the table.
Oh, okay.
Like if you support it, why do you support it? And if you don't
I
support
think-
it,
Why don't you support it? Why don't people support it?
I think this is a good opportunity for them because I know
I agree.
it's kind of similar for I think the engineering students. They went to conferences where they talked to other companies and they promoted UTIP, and then in the career fair, those companies they came down to the career fair, and then more students here at UTIP went to those companies instead of going across the country. So I think that same method could be applied here,
I
right?
agree with you 1,000%.
So I said nay because, I mean, it's not your guys' fault. I think there's information that we're not getting. Like where is the rest of the money coming from? And you said there's a department that's not really supported. So is it out of pocket? Did they fundraise? And there's not information there. They're going with the most expensive one that we're also seeing. And it kind of sounded the way that it was described from appropriations, like it's kind of like, oh, I'm going there to meet internship opportunities and not really an academic thing. But
Seeking internships is also a way of representing the university.
right.
Even it's for personal purposes, you're also putting the name of the university on a conference, and it's an opportunity. And I think our purpose is also to support our students as individuals as well.
Something else to add on to that, all professional conferences, I mean, not just STEM conferences, they always have a networking or career fair. So, I mean, this one may be focusing on just that because they don't have the research presentation aspect to it, but it's still a professional conference.
Open discussion that's ended. Senator Ochoa?
Motion to extend open discussion for 5 minutes.
All right, we got a motion and a floor to extend open discussion for 5 minutes. Senator Mota? All right, we got a motion and a second to extend open discussion for 5 minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against say nay. Any abstentions? All right, open discussion will be extended to 2:55. 2:56, I'm sorry.
Just to answer your guys' question about their funds, it's gonna be coming out of pocket what they don't have, but everything else is coming from what they've raised within the organization, and they have $500 available.
Also, like a conference where they're gonna be getting research from advertising. I'm a communication student. I've taken advertising courses within the communication department. And first of all, it is one of the most underfunded departments in the university as a comm student. So I do think I don't know anyone on this bill, but I do think it's a great opportunity for them to learn more about what's going on in the advertising world, because there's a lot that goes to it, especially in the research, and I think it's a professional development conference at the end of the day. Like, they're not just meeting like internships and stuff, but we're meeting like experts and stuff at these people who are in the industry, and they'll be doing a lot of research. They might not be presenting anything, but all that information they're going to be taking in I think is valuable, especially if they're going to be representing UTEP. I motion to end discussion.
All right, we got a motion on the floor to end open discussion.
Unless anyone else has
Senator Rojas?
I second.
All right, we got a motion and a second to end open discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against say nay. Any abstentions? All right, open discussion has ended. Proceeding with our current motion. We'll go ahead and proceed to a roll call vote for this. Senate Secretary?
Yes. Senator Perez.
Abstain.
Abstain. Wait, Senator Ramos. Oh, not present, sorry. Senator Strickland.
What is it, affirm?
You would say yes,
Yes.
no, or abstain?
Yes.
Yes. Senator Osmos. Not here. Senator Rojas.
Yes.
Senator Ramos. Ramirez.
Abstain.
Senator Alvarado.
Yes.
Senator Barrientos.
Yes.
Senator Boatwright.
Yes.
Senator Borrego.
Yes.
Senator Burkhoff.
Abstain.
Senator Chow.
Chacho.
Chacho, sorry.
Okay, yes.
Yes. Senator Gutierrez.
Yes.
Senator Guerrero.
I abstain.
Senator Lechuga. Avila. Okay. Senator Morales.
Yes.
Senator Mota.
Abstain.
Senator Ochoa.
Yes.
Senator Ortega not here. Senator Rodriguez.
Abstain.
Abstain. Senator Solis.
Abstain.
Senator Zuniga.
Yes.
$11 yeses.
All right. Through a majority vote of the Senate, we hereby appropriate the sum of $900 to Bill number 5. Point of information, you can also say no. No, if you feel strongly no. That will help go against it. Abstaining just removes one of the counts away.
That's because I'm
Yeah, that's fine. Just point of information. All right, moving on to our next point of business. Under new business, Bill number 6, SHIP National Convention, second reading. Senator Villegas, the floor is yours.
Can you zoom more, please? Thank you. A bill to appropriate the sum of $8,500 to help defray the expenses of 100 members attending to SHIP National Convention is scheduled from October 29 to November 3rd in Anaheim, California. These funds will be used to cover the registration ticket for the conference for 100 of our members, voting for 40 members, and plane tickets to 25 members based on the point system created to distribute the stipends. So, SHIP is an engineering organization. They want to go to this conference just for Hispanic people. So it's like a special, for my understanding, it's like a special convention. They only receive these Latin Americans people and give them opportunity to have an internship, presentations, works, and for future grow from themselves.
Senator President.
And also they give us this document they create. Do you want to pass it? I don't know if any appropriation wants to add something for this bill.
So we appropriated 8,500 because, which is like around $85 per student, compared to like last semester, which was like 150. And the only reason we did this is because they received 8,000 from engineering department, then also 6,000 from the electrical, and they also had some sponsorships from Dell and Apple, but they didn't disclose how much money.
8,000 plus what?
They didn't disclose the amount of money that they received.
The second one.
Oh, Dell?
Not from
6,000?
engineering.
Oh, 6,000. And we also like made sure that all their itemizations were like the cheapest. So we asked about the hotels because when you look them up, they were kind of nice. And they have a partnership with these hotels, so they actually get a discount there. And that's pretty much it. They're choosing the 100 students based on a point system where they fully cover the people who attend like the most, like the 750, and it just gets lower, and like the lowest tier is like just covering the travel. That's it.
Senator Boatright.
Point of information. How much did you say they got last year? Did you say?
Last year in total they got 10,000 something. 11,000.
11,000. Senator Rodriguez.
For information, can you go over what money they received again?
They received 8,000 from the engineering department, then 6,000 from the electrical engineering department.
And then the rest unknown?
Yes, the rest is unknown. We asked them, but they didn't clarify.
Because they didn't have a number or because they didn't want to share?
Oh, we're not sure.
They did say that as well, because like they haven't done any internal fundraising. They said they had $200 that they projected to make with the AAA fundraiser, and then the College of Engineering is sponsoring transportation for 50 students.
Senator Burkhardt.
Yeah, there's 13,900 missing from this equation, even with our funds.
What do you mean in your bill?
Right. So 36,400. I minus the what was it? Minus the 6, minus the 8, minus our 500. 13 still left. Almost 14.
So we don't.
Are they paying for it or? Right. Yeah. You.
Senator Chancho.
Let's see. Looks like everyone will have things to talk about, so is there a motion for open discussion?
Well, we can just.
Or no, what do you think?
Actually, can we just?
We got a motion. What's your motion?
I retract my motion.
Retract your motion?
Anyone have any other questions?
Senator
Can you go to the title?
Yeah.
Because we got to do this anyway. I motion to appropriate the sum of 8,500 to help defray expenses. Oh wait, no, it's a bill number 6.
All right, we got a motion on the floor to appropriate the sum of $8,500 to bill number 6. Senator Boatright.
A second.
All right, we've got a motion and a second to appropriate the sum of $8,500 to bill number 6. We will now open the floor for discussion.
Right. So this way we don't
That's
have
right,
time.
it's got this, that's right.
Yeah, so the floor is open indefinitely until someone calls for questions.
Okay, that's right, I forgot for that's right.
So you were saying about something? Or?
No, so they're just missing, like, they just didn't clarify how much else money they're getting?
Yeah, it's because they do have sponsorship, so they're not like, I guess they don't know the amount that they're going to receive from them. But also, like, the students that are going have already like paid, and they have the hotels and everything out of pocket.
Yeah.
So they're just, all of them are just going to be reimbursed.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So yeah, we just don't have the student number, how much they paid?
Individually, no.
Okay.
Yeah, they work off a point system.
Yeah.
But the 14,000 that you're accounting for, that'd be $140 per student to pay right out of pocket.
Okay. This is great. I mean, it's the biggest, obviously, like the biggest organization we have, right, at UTEP. So.
Just to add a little bit of information, I think it's in the information in the packet that's being passed around. In the packet that's being passed around, I think it mentions the conversion rate for like full-time offers and return offers.
Yeah, I think it said 50% in there somewhere.
I just want to point out that like this is the same argument you guys are making about the last thing. Like you guys are against for last, but it's the same argument. We're not against it. But you know, like, for those like who are deciding to go no for the last.
This one we have a
same
lot more
argument.
information.
Right.
Yeah.
They
Just-
do like a whole package.
Also for this one, they're getting less per student.
Right,
The
that is true.
advertising, they got
That is true.
150 per student, this one they're only getting $85 per student. So we did take that into account, the fact that they get more funding raising than the other smaller organization.
And another point of
Is there a
information,
fee?
8,500 is the maximum amount allowed for student organizations or to a group based on the updated appropriation guidance. And this would be expected to be one of the largest, if not the largest, appropriation bill for the academic year. So keep that.
So last year it was the biggest, making up practically 1/6 out of our whole appropriations budget at around 11,200 and something. Now with the new guidelines, it gets cut down a lot more, and I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it might be a higher amount of students, or is it still the same? It's more students this year. Yeah.
Senator Chacho?
A motion for to go into vote.
It's called
Call the question.
I'll call the question.
All right, so we had a motion and a second to appropriate the sum of $8,500 to bill number 6. Since this amount is over $1,000, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Senate Secretary?
Yes, give me a second. Okay. Senator Perez?
Yes.
Senator Strickland?
Yes.
Senator Rojas?
Yes.
Senator Ramirez?
Yes.
Senator Alvarado?
Yes.
Senator Barrientos?
Yes.
Senator Boatright?
Yes.
Senator Borrego?
Yes.
Senator Burkhoff?
Yes.
Senator Chacho?
Yes.
Yes. Senator Gutierrez?
Yes.
Senator Guerrero?
Yes.
Senator Morales?
Yes.
Senator Mota?
Yes.
Senator Ochoa?
Yes.
Senator Rodriguez?
Yes.
Senator Solis?
Yes.
Senator Zuniga?
Yes.
Majority rules.
All right, the majority vote of the Senate to hereby appropriate the sum of $8,500 to bill number 6. Moving on to our next point of business, under Executive Cabinet Reports, Vice President of External Affairs.
Yay. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'll try to make this quick. I have 3 main points to make for today. So, we finally were able to have our UTEP website training on Friday, so yesterday. So now we will be able to make those much needed updates to the SJ website. So stay tuned for that. And that takes us to the next point about the professional headshots. So out of the 23 current senators that we have, I have 10 photos, 10 senator photos. So if you have not been able to take yours, this next upcoming Tuesday will be the one for the month of October. And that again is taking place at the Herzog building, the little small building next to the library at the back of the print shop there from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. If you already have taken yours but you have not sent it to me via email, please go ahead and do so as soon as possible so that we can update that website. And if you are still unable to go take the photos because it conflicts with your school or work schedule or anything like that, please let me know because I can reach out and make a special appointment for you all, for those who still need to take your pictures. And then last but not least, I am working on that second SJ apparel order. So this will be mostly for our new senators, new SJ members to include our justices, traffic court justices. However, President Loya has approved that if you all would like to have a third item, so in addition to your polo and your casual item, you are able to choose a third item. And for those options, again, it's the sweatshirt, the crew neck sweatshirt, which Senator Barrientos is wearing, the quarter zip jacket and the fleece jacket that most of you all chose. However, this will be coming from your stipend, but I mean, if you do want that additional item, please let me know, preferably today. If you want to take a look at the sizes, I do have some extras just so that you can see how fitted or loose these items are. But if you are interested in that, please let me know before you head out today so that I can get that order going. And with that, I yield my time.
Senator Perez?
Point of clarification, could we motion to place an order for sweatpants? On the order that you'll be placing?
This apparel order is only for SJA members. And so the only approved items are the SJA polo and the casual item that you all were able to get. And that is something that is new this year. Typically it's just the polo or the professional SJA group that everyone gets. And this time you're all getting
from this order.
national third.
Yes, but if you mean overall,
Yeah, you could.
yeah, you can realistically right now make that motion. Yeah, Senator Perez,
I motion to place an order for SGA sweatpants.
for every member.
For every member.
All right, Senator, get up. So it's probably going to be over $1,000.
Oh. I mean, hey, money comes from somewhere. That's all I'm gonna say. Hey, and I don't mean it in a bad way, but you all could use that money for better. That's as simple as I'm gonna put it, not in a bad way.
We got a motion and a second to order sweatpants.
Wait, I have a point of information or whatever. Like, would outreach be like? No, they're gonna come.
Oh. What's your question?
Would outreach be the one conducting this order?
No, not necessarily.
What?
Not necessarily, but
With the money?
has
With
to
the
come from
money
somewhere.
come-
Yeah.
So from outreach?
Okay, I would say this.
Committee, it may come from your special projects budget, it may come from somewhere else, but yeah.
Yeah, that's.
President Loya, that's a disclosure.
I mean, we can say buy a gold ring for everyone, but we might not do a gold ring for it. But we do have also our actual retreat that we have in January. And so we usually, that's when we decide, like, depending on how much money we have left, or how much money we have, will depend on how good the retreat is, like how far we can go, and certain, like, activities that we can do. And so right now we're going to try to get you guys' input on that. And I know, like, San Antonio and places like that have come up with, like, if our budget shrinks, then we might be able to afford something.
So do you guys?
DPE, Andres?
Okay, another thing to consider is that if you all don't want to reduce anyone's budget from the current SGA budget, you all can pay out of it out of pocket with your stipends. The money will come from somewhere. It's just, if you all want to do this order, it will have to be a group, not individual, and that's just up to you.
As of right now, if the motion were to pass, we just try to figure out where to get the money in order and see which ones we buy. So that your stipend wouldn't be affected, or I guess your committees wouldn't be affected. But the trip would all be affected. But unless, is there another point, Senator Chacho?
Yeah, just so if we end up going with this motion, would you, no, actually no, I retract mine, that's it.
Either I'll open for debate. All right, so, okay, is that okay?
Yeah.
Wait, Senator, right, did you?
I was gonna ask point of information.
Okay.
Is there an example, like have they ordered them in the past, like we know what they look like?
No, this would be the very first time,
Oh,
like I
okay.
mentioned. The only As I previously mentioned, the only thing that has been ordered in the past has been that professional polo or button-up shirt for SGA members.
We had a motion and a second to purchase sweatpants for all SGA members. We'll now open the floor for debate. So we have open floor.
Okay, I think we should table this and get a plan.
Yes,
Yeah,
no.
okay.
We haven't even ordered the actual order for outreach, and I'm
Okay,
already
okay,
struggling
I
with the
agree.
numbers.
I agree with that.
I think we should table it.
They would,
Yeah.
see where the money comes
Like
from.
this, look at my number.
And plan it, just
And
plan
plan
it.
it, yeah, okay.
Table the motion.
Oh, shit.
It would
Oh,
just,
yeah.
vote, you guys would vote no and then bring it up again later.
Oh, wait.
Since
Oh,
there's
yeah,
not,
okay, good idea.
so since there's not a dollar amount, it would be, yay, nay.
No, we would assume it'd be over $1,000.
Yeah, it's gonna be
It's gonna be over 1,000.
Right, but since there's no plan, we don't,
But specifically because there's no plan or there's no number,
yeah.
it's best to do it with a roll call vote rather than a yeah.
So then, could we retract
Yeah,
the
I
motion
think
and
we
then motion to?
It's already been seconded.
Yeah.
It's already going in the minutes.
You could just.
It's okay, y'all had a good idea. It does get cold.
Senator Lance. Point of order. Senator Chacho. All right, we're gonna proceed to a roll call vote from the motion to purchase sweatshirts for each SGA member. Secretary? Or
Senator Perez?
Yes.
Senator Strickland?
Abstain.
Senator Rojas?
Abstain.
Senator Ramirez? Senator Alvarado?
Abstain.
Senator Barrientos? No. No. Senator Boatright?
No.
Senator Borrego?
No.
Senator Burkhoff?
No.
Senator Chacho?
No.
Senator Gutierrez?
No.
Senator Guerrero?
Yes.
Senator Morales?
Abstain.
Senator Mota?
No.
Senator Ochoa?
No.
Senator Rodriguez?
No.
Senator Solis?
No.
Senator Zuniga?
No.
No scary.
All right, no, carried, the motion. Oh, it's the dice, but it dies, the motion. The motion is not adopted. Yeah, Senator Burkhoff?
Point of information, wouldn't something like that have to be under new business and not a motion? Anybody can motion for anything?
Anybody can motion, you can make any motion. Motion to sing.
Wow.
Yeah, hand him one of those.
This is great.
It wasn't-
It is yours. I know.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Point of order.
Point of order. You're still in session. Senator Barrientos.
Motion to adjourn this meeting by unanimous consent.
Was there- We got a motion to adjourn the meeting by unanimous consent. Any abstentions? If there's no
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Motion is not adopted. BPE Alvarez, the floor was yours.
No, I have.
You yield your time? All right, moving on to our next point of business. Under standing committee chair reports, Excel request, Senator Alvarado, floor is yours.
It's supposed to be a report, not a request. But, just really quick summary of our workshop from last week. We had the Excellers go through the union to look at the resources that we offer right now. Apart from that, we are still trying to make that track record so that the Excellers, we keep track of the Excellers and which communities they go to. And be on the lookout because we're pairing Excellers with some of the senators based on their degree plan. So that's going to come real soon. So if you get an Exceller, you're going to, it's kind of like a mentor, in a way. You tell them like, oh, this is what's going to happen in your degree, what do you want in your future, all that good stuff. And we have a workshop for that. So if we send you an email, please open your schedule, we ask. But that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Alvarado. All right, moving on to the next point of business, announcements. Any announcements? Senator Borrego?
Like, it can be anyone, any day, right?
Yeah, any announcement.
Outreach will be meeting after this.
Fair enough.
Mandatory.
Wait,
Senator Chacho?
just point of information. Are you guys gonna announce what we're doing after Sunday?
Oh, for the social?
Yeah. Okay.
Announcements. President President Loya?
Yeah, I just wanted to make an announcement, guys, about what happened on Thursday, just to give you all a little bit more clarification. A series of events ended up occurring that wouldn't allow us to meet quorum, and when you don't meet quorum, you really can't vote on anything, so you can have this whole meeting, but you wouldn't be able to vote on anything, so you could introduce the bills, all of that. So it's, for lack of a better word, it's almost a lack of time for everyone. So that's why we ended up canceling very late. We do apologize for that. But with that, I wanted to kind of make a statement with, I guess, some of the committees that were coming up. Just because Senate is canceled, guys, there's no correlation to that in committees not meeting as well. They're two fully separate things. Just because we don't meet for Senate doesn't mean you won't be showing up to your committees to do work. I know for a lot of you guys, you have your, you do your committees on Thursday, so it's like, committees and then Senate. If Senate doesn't happen, that doesn't mean you aren't still held liable for attending those other committees.
Senator Alvarado?
I have one announcement. I thought maybe I found something very interesting to read when it comes to civic engagement. I'm sorry, but I thought this was kind of interesting. Is it okay if I read it?
You can make a motion to open discussion and then read it.
I move to open discussion for a minute.
All right, we got a motion on the floor to open discussion for 1 minute. Senator Chacho?
A second.
All right, we got a motion and a second to open discussion for 1 minute. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against say nay. Any abstentions? All right, open discussion will be open until 3:20.
Okay, it's a poem. It says, politics and politicians decide the wars you fight, the interest you pay, the speed you drive, the taxes you pay. Politics and politicians control the purity of your food, the schooling of your children, the value of your money, the weights and measures you use, the floor under your wages. Politics and politicians use taxpayer money to hand out subsidies to farmers, subsidies to airlines, subsidies to oil companies, subsidies to magazines and newspapers, subsidies to bankers, subsidies to builders. Politics and politicians protect or destroy your right to speak freely, your right to worship freely, your right to organize, and your right to vote. That's pretty much it. So I guess the message I take is, it's very important to vote.
I concur with you. I agree.
Open discussion is ended. Resuming back to announcements, right, of voter registration. Deadline is this Monday,
October 7th.
October 7th.
To vote for the national election.
Yeah, to vote for this president's election.
All elections, actually.
Oh, yeah, right. Including. So if you have not registered to vote, we do have many members who are deputized. We have receipts and we have registration cards. Yeah, Monday's your deadline. Any other announcements? If not, I'm looking for a motion. Senator Chacho?
A motion by unanimous decision to adjourn today's meeting.
All right, we got a motion in the floor to adjourn by unanimous consent. Any abstentions? All right, I hereby adjourn this meeting at 3:20.
Yeah.